Hi, this is Carole Copeland Thomas, and this is your diversity tip of the day. Unconscious bias could be practiced by you and me. 3 examples. Number 1, you're calling a business, an office, an organization, and a lovely voice answers. You pick up the phone, you call, this person actually responds to your hello. And you immediately begin to categorize the person who answers the phone. Either the person is a secretary, an administrative assistant, someone who is covering someone else on their lunch break, and you go down the line. But you never really think of that person as a decision maker. Perhaps it could be a manager, it could be a supervisor, it could be someone who was just brand new, brought in from another location. Whatever the circumstances happens to be, the important thing to remember there is that sometimes the person who answers the phone first is indeed the decision maker. Number 2 is another example where you are either talking to somebody on the phone at work, or you're talking with them face to face. And if you live in the United States, I'll use this as an example, they have an accent. They're from another country. They weren't born here. And perhaps the accent is rather thick, and you have to strain to listen to understand all the words. Or they're from another region of the country, such as someone who is from the South. And as a result of you straining to listen or your ears reconfiguring to understand everything that is being said, you form an opinion about that person. Now, again, I'm talking about these real examples that not only happen to you, but they happen to me. So we have, again, the second example of someone who was born outside of the United States, or someone who's born regionally in a different region of the country than where you live, and you're hearing them and you're hearing the accent accordingly. The third example happens to me over and over and over again, and that's where I say something and it's heard differently. Or you say something and the person you're talking to hears it differently. And what they respond is completely different than what you said. This happens a lot when I give my name, Carole Copeland Thomas, and the person immediately calls me Carolyn. Or my name has an E at the end, and they don't put the E at the end even though they're reading my name, and they're automatically spelling it as Carol instead of Carole. These are small micro inequities, as we call them in the field, small details, small things that sometimes can get in the way and can accumulate and become bigger things that lead up to this whole discussion and the importance of recognizing unconscious bias, not just with other people, but with you and with me. This is Carole Copeland Thomas, and we hope that you'll visit my website at carolecopelandthomas.com. That is Carole, copelandthomas.com, to learn more about my training and speaking services, the Multicultural Symposium series, and how I can come to your organization to help your staff members recognize unconscious bias in the workplace and elsewhere. Thanks so much for watching.